Welcome to Podquesters, the show where I pretend I'm doing something meaningful with my life. I am your host, Andy Bishop, and joined with me, as always, is my wonderful, beautiful wife, Sarah Bishop. How are you today, honey?
My name's John Smith.
We're never going to get past that, are we?
My name's John Smith.
All right. I'm now married to John Smith, so that's pretty cool. All the way across the table is my good friend, compadre, mi amigo, David Budizeski. David, how are you today?
I'm doing all right.
Just all right?
A little hungry, but I'm fine.
All right. Well, maybe the DM will make some food appear. Who knows?
I highly doubt that, but
it's all in the dice.
Next to David, we have Mike, Addison, Wiffle Nuts. How are those nuts today?
Oh, they're fantastic.
That is
They're
great.
rejuvenated.
Well,
Fully
that's
healed.
that's
Thanks to
very
David.
good. The healing hands, and of course, as always, our dungeon master,
This
Chet
guy.
Moriades.
How's
Chet,
it going?
how are you?
I'm doing fantastic, and I think we're all doing really good here in the campaign. There's a lot of progress that's been going on.
Yeah.
Everyone's been watching since episode 1. We've been making some things happen.
That's right. So I don't want to take up any more time. Let's just jump right into it.
All right, so where we left off, you guys had kind of entered this last cavern of the Cragmaw hideout, and you started getting into a fight with a bunch of different goblins, and one in particular on your search for Leroy. His name is Yeemik. He's the biggest of the goblins in this room here, and he has a knife up to the throat of Leroy and has kind of put you in a predicament, saying either back down now or his life is mine. And I'll kind of leave it off to interact with you guys first if you want to start yelling at him or something. Or shoot him, I don't know, whatever you want to do.
Shit, guys, he's got a knife. It's his throat.
Great observational.
I'm
skill
good
there.
I'm good at seeing.
Don't
things.
even have to roll a perception for that one.
I don't. I'm
Sure.
just that good. What's the plan, guys? What are we gonna do?
I'll try to reason with him. I don't know.
Well, did we try to reason with him? This guy has no reason. Hey, can we reason with you?
No reasoning with this.
See?
Leroy's mine unless you want to leave here now.
So we can leave with Leroy?
Yes. No, you cannot.
You said yes, though. You just said yes.
No, you cannot. He's a
It's
liar.
like some Looney Tunes crap.
For real.
Look, either you give us Leroy, or some shit's going down.
Listen, Leroy's is only your leverage. Let's kill everybody else and
Yeah,
Stay
there are
away.
other goblins in the room here, so
Yeah,
let's keep that in mind. There's not
Leroy's
just Yeemik.
only thing keeping him alive. Let's just get rid of the rest of his pals.
But what if he kills Leroy while we try to get rid of the rest of the
That
pals?
is exactly the point that he's trying to make right now. Is either you guys stop everything you're doing and turn around, or he will kill him.
Does anybody have throwing stars?
I'm calling his bluff.
I have a
Oh, boy.
light bow.
Acid spit.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Do you have any spell slots? Because you could do like some super redemption and bring this whole thing full circle right here.
I mean, how much health does he have? Is one acid spit gonna do it?
I'm pretty sure you guys have not touched Yeemik. He like just kind of announced himself and grabbed Leroy.
He's fairy fired though, so he's.
He is
Oh,
very
that's
fired.
So you also get advantage on any hits.
So
True.
5, 10.
Well, who's
You-
up? Who's going?
Well,
I
it looks
have that
like
it's Yeemik's turn.
Yeemik's turn right now because he's kind of made
Yeah.
this predicament, but then after he's just going to say this kind of
Well,
speech.
so.
And
It's
Seraph,
Seraph's
it'll be,
turn.
Yeah,
Well,
Seraph,
he's
it's your
got
turn.
really no leverage outside of killing Leroy, and he gets nothing out of that.
Well, he doesn't have to. So basically, it's either he kills him because you guys are going to continue to try and fight and or kill him. So he's going to stop at you by like taking the only thing you've come here for, really, and your only lead, which I'm assuming he knows. I mean, basically, it's a prisoner that's not a goblin. So
At this
to
point,
him,
I'm just ready to clear out this cave. So whether we save him or not.
All right, yeah, I'm still wet and angry, so.
I'm all wet.
Oh, wet.
So yeah, it's your turn, Seraph, and you're kind of in the middle here.
Goblin
You're like
2
right at the
still
beginning
alive, or am I
of the
looking at a
junction.
dead
Goblin 2. No, I think
Okay,
they're
I
all
have-
alive that you can see.
I have no
The
more
little dots by
spell
them show
slots.
how unhealthy they are.
This is
And
true.
cantrips
really
count as
unhealthy. Those aren't
spells,
cave.
correct?
No, can't. Well, yes, they are spells. However, they do not take spell slots. That's the beauty of them. Cantrips can be used as many times as you want.
Okay.
I think that's why your friend Wifflenuts over here likes to spit acid like a frog so much.
I love it.
I really don't have much in the way of
He gets
damaging cantrips. I just have guidance and spare the dying, but then there's Sacred Flame, but I'm gonna
Sacred
have...
Flame is the massaging of doom.
No, it's Burning Hands.
Oh, okay.
Burning Hands. So I'm going to whip out something I haven't whipped out in a while here,
His penis.
Whoa,
which
bro.
is my light bow.
Easy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, snap.
My light bow, and I am going to take
Who are you
aim.
going to hit on?
I'm going to...
You are engaged. It looks like you're right next to Goblin 2.
I feel like... I mean, if I attack Goblin 2,
Yeah.
is that going to give him
You
enough
make him-
time? He won't be able to...
You have
Kill-
the entire round until you get to Yeemik before he can make an action.
All right, so I have to count on everybody else pretty much. All right. I'm
Yeah.
going to do that then.
There you go.
I'm going to put away that...
Coordinate that
bow
with
I
the
have.
party. Be like, this is what I'm doing.
I don't know, every
This is
time we
what we
coordinate-
have to do.
Every time we coordinate, you guys are talking too loud, so he dies now. Like,
Well, you're already in combat. You got to put yourself in this situation, okay? Like,
all right,
guns are blazing here. No one gives a shit if you're whispering.
all right. I'm wet, and I'm going to attack this goblin right next to me.
That has happened
So
a lot.
I'm going to.
Yes.
I'm
You guys
going-
are like carrying torches and stuff and crawling through dark caves, and you're like, why the fuck is he going first? No, why is he tied up this way? There.
There we go. I targeted him, and I am going to mace the face.
Mate, all right, do it.
And
Oh, wow!
Wow.
You got a critical.
Crit.
Achievement unlocked.
all right,
Did something
Rolled
right.
a crit.
finally.
Okay, so roll your damage on him. Oh, yeah.
all right. Since I had a
Good
crit, can I describe this
job.
a little bit?
Yeah, you can,
I am-
especially because it's crit.
I am sopping wet, and I just have this very nonplussed look on my face, and these goblins have just been giving me crap. I don't know why I'm here. I have been sent on this divine, and I just raise it with all of my strength and just bring it down until like goblin guts just go everywhere,
Oh, my
all over the
goodness.
caves,
So
or
now-
over the walls. They get onto who's this? They get on the heath. He's standing like right next to
Oh
him.
God! Ugh, it's so gross.
So now
Wait,
you're
I kind of enjoy
you're
this.
wet and squishy.
Yes,
This kind of feels nice.
Awesome.
and I try and
like
block as much of it with my shield as it come down, but obviously there's still some sinew and bone all over
it.
me.
You got a little bit of, like nose droppings and some brain splatter all over you.
And even though like I'm supposed to save the people, I still feel like a little bit of, feel a little good about that.
There's a little pent up anxiety and
Yeah.
anger built in.
Let the hate flow through you.
He's like, how
No?
dare you lead me down
All
the
right.
wrong
Oh,
cave.
come on.
No.
I get that one real easy. All right, so then with that glorious hit, end your turn, and it'll be Goblin number 1's turn. And he's the one kind of standing over near the stairwell over here. And he is going to take a couple steps over to you, you and Heath, and he's going to try and smack you with his scimitar. And he is going to miss really, really badly. I guess he might just be in complete shock from watching you annihilate his friend, loved one, whatever you want to call his goblin
I like how they
buddy.
switch off between like loving each other and just absolutely hating
I
each
like to
other.
think if they're like rooming in the same area, they probably have a little bit more than like, oh, you're a goblin. Like they're like bunkmates, something along those lines. So they have a little bit more compassion for each other.
Fair.
And he's gonna go and try and redeem his buddy, and that just goes super poorly. As he goes and charges you, he's gonna try and swing while running and completely like slip on his scimitar and just fly out of his hand. So he's not even gonna have his scimitar anymore. He's basically unarmed, standing 2 feet in front of you.
And I just stare him down.
Yeah. What was that?
What is this, amateur hour?
Yeah, for him it is. And Finn, it'll be your turn.
Oh, nice. All right, I'm just gonna kind of walk a little bit around this corner. And I'm just gonna try to spit on those two down there.
On Yeemik.
Yeemik.
I would not. So okay, Leroy is the one you're trying to save.
Right.
So you don't want to hurt him. He's already extremely wounded. Blood is pouring out of him. He's got bloody eyes. He's like barely awake, just enough to be like, don't listen to him. Don't take the deal. But besides that, he's basically on the brink of death.
What do we do? So I tried anyways.
What were you gonna do? I wasn't.
He's gonna
paying
try and spit
attention.
acid at those two people on the ridge there.
Yeah.
I think you can target your acid such that you wouldn't hit Leroy, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say because Leroy's being held up, right?
Yeah, he's kind of like, he's completely tied up, and he's just kind of like, Leroy's got his Yeemik's arm around him with the knife to his neck.
He's not near the floor. I'm gonna be spitting that acid, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you were to shoot it like to the right of him or something, like you could be strategic about it. I would say that you weren't trying to hit him. So
Okay.
I would untarget Leroy and just kind of describe like where you're aiming.
Wait, where's Leroy? Is that the big S?
S, yeah.
Oh, I didn't say Leroy.
Yeah, who's
Because that's
Sildar?
not his real
Yeah,
name.
yeah, correct.
Oh no,
Something we weren't supposed to know.
that is
okay, don't
not
worry.
player knowledge.
Oh man, yeah, I was like, who is that guy?
Look at
It's
that.
like,
there
I
we
just
go.
want to hit him too. If it's not Leroy.
No, there you go. See, there he
All
goes.
right, yeah. Then I'm just gonna like.
Oh, Leroy!
Oh,
Hey,
That's it.
I'm gonna
Hey,
untarget
now
you,
it's a
Leroy.
party.
All right, so I'm just gonna spit it up so high that it actually just falls on top of Yeemik,
Oh, like right on
missing
his
him.
face.
Missing Leroy completely.
All right, I like it. So you hit the the save.
Oh.
Nice. And then you're gonna roll damage. And that is going to hit him.
Yes, one damage.
For 1 damage.
Ugh.
Maybe you were trying to be so accurate that just a little couple acid splashes,
Hey,
like
I got him.
hit
though,
him.
just a little bit.
yeah, you didn't get a full direct hit on him.
So he's like pretty much agitated.
I mean, that's a 20-foot spit, man. That was pretty good.
I mean, it was kind of like
I'll give it to
a
you.
little bit of acidy rain that you would have on a poor spring day in China. Like that's basically what you just did to this guy.
I'm okay with that.
All right, so then end your turn. It'll be Leroy's turn. He can't do anything because obviously he's extremely weak and just bound up. However, he's going to be able to kind of voice to you guys that Yeemik will do whatever he can to take my life. Don't fall for his tricks. And then just kind of like come in and out of consciousness. And he just gets that kind of off. And then Heath, it'll be your turn.
So this is what I'm gonna do. So I've got Fairy Fire is on Goblin 1.
Goblin.
Did
ooh.
he also get the Fairy Fired?
Yep,
Okay, so I have advantage on him, right?
correct.
Sneak attack.
All right, so hit your effect button to get the sneak attack.
Oh,
bonus.
I've been doing some homework,
Oh, hell's yeah.
sir.
I like it.
Practicing.
Targeting the gob.
Yep. So
Gob.
there's the effect.
Yeah, boom. Roll the deeps. See if you hit him in the face. For love of God, yes, a 19. Love it.
my-
Oh yeah, roll damage. Make him eat it. Wow. Wow, that's a really good.
He just
I want
explodes.
to describe what I do.
Please, I love
right.
the descriptions. It's great.
I look him dead in the eyes and said, "Yeemik has led you astray, son." And I'm channeling my inner Ron Swanson. He has led you astray, son. And I just take my rapier and I just slice it into his torso, and then I just zigzag it up and just throw it down and zigzag down, and it's like a Christmas tree. It just falls right out of
And
him.
instead of Christmas lights, it's just guts.
It's
you guys
just-
are
yeah.
really making a mess of the past 2 goblins that have been between
Well, we're
you
showing
two.
Yeemik we mean business.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And then I pick up the skin Christmas tree and say, "Hey, Yeemik, Merry Christmas, you filthy animal!" And I throw it towards him.
Wait, the dead body?
No. I cut a Christmas tree pattern out of
Yeah.
the little goblin's chest,
Yeah.
and then
Oh
it
my
fell out. Like there's just a big
Like the
Christmas.
skin? Like
Well,
the
yeah,
skin?
he's like a cookie cutter thing.
Okay.
So there's a big Christmas tree hole in him.
Yep.
All the way through, and I just took the insides that are in a Christmas tree shape
Uh-huh.
and threw them. So to show them
Are you just
tidings of comfort and joy.
Are you trying to be like joyful or intimidating?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Can we intimidate Yeemik to let him down?
I think that did.
Well, that's what I'm trying to get
Well,
at.
I'm trying to intimidate him.
Roll an intimidation to see how useful your Christmas tree of guts is.
I think he was trying to walk
Thank
you there.
you, sir. Jeez.
It's a game of chance.
It's a game of chance, young man. It didn't work because
All
I
right.
rolled a 9.
So you do your little slicey pattern thing, and it does a perfectly good job of killing the poor goblin. but your artistry is a little off, so it just kind of comes off as a mushy glob, not a Christmas tree, and therefore it's not as intimidated as you would like.
Plus, there's no Christmas in the Cragmore
What's
hideout,
Christmas?
so
I'll tell you when you're older.
All right, Heath, end your turn.
All right.
Okay, it's Goblin number 4's turn. He's going to take a couple side steps around John here. No, he's still engaging you though. Don't be so happy just yet. So he's going to try and hit you with a scimitar.
Why isn't he going after somebody useful?
What do you mean? You could be useful. You're engaged in combat with him.
I missed him
I'm
every
pretty sure
fucking time.
Yeah, well, I know. That's probably why he's like so dumbfounded and trying to kill you. He's like, well, you can't be too useful. He's also extremely damaged. I mean, he's not really thinking straight at this point. He's just engaged in full-on combat.
He just saw me carve a piece of his friend. I think that doesn't want to approach
It's
me.
okay.
No, he's
He
not
can
coming for
attack
you.
me.
Either way, he's going to miss. He's just so winded and out of breath from all the damage he's taken on that he's going to swing at you, and you're just going to completely be able to dance right around him. So that leads us to your turn, actually.
Okay, since we had some people that slacked and didn't go after Yeemik,
I got a drop.
I got to try.
I have no range.
I got a drop on him.
Yeah, I don't know how easily
We
you
both
would have been
killed
able
a
to.
goblin.
You did great.
that was my first kill.
But you didn't get a drop on Yeemik.
Wow, no way.
You
Is
did
it
it.
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
all
did it.
right.
I did it.
I like it.
He's on the board.
Yeah, seriously, we need like a death counter behind us or something with like a little whiteboard.
Ding.
Yeah. Start giving people golden stars. All right, go ahead. What do you want to do?
I would like to produce flame and hurl it on top of Yeemik's head. That's about all I can do.
Do you want to read Produce Flame for me?
Yeah.
Because
I read it multiple times to make sure I could do that.
oh, good.
So it normally just has a 10-foot radius
Mhm.
with a dim light.
Yep.
But you can also attack with the flame, although
Nice.
doing so ends the spell. When you cast the spell, you hurl the flame at a creature within 30 feet of you, and if on a hit, the target takes 1d8 of fire damage.
Beautiful. I love it. Okay, so
You can sure read good.
I know.
Yeah, you can. Target poor old Yeemik over there. He's not really too poor, I guess, but whatever. He's poor for me. Target him and see if you can roll your attack on him. Does Produce Flame have the attack? Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. Roll it.
Hey-o.
That's a hit. You guys are doing great right now. Starting this episode off with a bang.
Blah.
But
Just watched that movie. Oh.
what's a movie?
Oh, shut up. So meta.
Things to come.
Okay, so then roll your damage there and see how much you hit him with. Oh, a little two. Two first.
That was one more than me.
You guys are slowly creeping in your way. So describe your action there, because I like what you did.
So I produce my flame, and I'm slightly disappointed in the size of it because I can tell it's not going to be as useful as I want it to be.
Okay.
Despite
It happens
this,
to all of us.
I do
It
like
happens to the best of us.
Just
I
performance
do
anxiety.
the granny throw.
Oh, like under the
Yeah,
leg.
because I want to make sure I don't hit Leroy. So I
Get the lob action.
hurl it up, and it just kind of hits him in the head and burns. Does he have hair?
It's simmered.
Yeah, he's got a beautiful
Okay.
head of hair.
So it burns.
Not anymore.
It burns, so he looks like a monk. He's got the hair, but there's no hair.
Oh, there's just like the side action
Yeah,
here. He's
and you know
basically
what?
been burn scalped.
Yeah, his scalp's a little burned too.
Oh, a little extra crispy. So he's my beautiful mane. Yeemik is clearly not too pleased with that. End your turn, John. Okay, it's Goblin number 5, and he is over to the left of Yeemik. He's going to target Heath DeVille, who was the last to annihilate one of his friends. So with that, he's going to try and hit you with a short bow. And let's see how that goes. He is going to hit you.
What?
Yeah. So he's going to pull out his short bow. I mean, he's easily, besides Yeemik, the most to himself / alert goblin in this room. Everybody else is like really bludgeoned and bleeding profusely. Goblin 5 is like basically just woken up from a nap. So he is well rested and fully alert. So he's going to hit you, and let's see how much damage you're going to take. Ooh, decent amount of damage.
Wow. Okay.
So not only is he fully alert, but he's extremely accurate with his short bow, and he pulls it out, and he's going to basically aim it right for your jugular here in your neck, and he's going to connect. So you kind of now have this arrow that's pierced all the way through your neck, and with that, you're probably going to be choking upon your blood really, really badly.
Well, great. What am I going to do now? It's picture day at school tomorrow.
What are pictures?
What's school?
They had school back then.
But what are
Yeah, I
pictures?
literally dropped out of my school.
Back then,
It was portrait day.
Yeah, portrait day. Okay, so with that, he's also going to move slightly down here and end his turn. And it brings us to Yeemik. And Yeemik is going to be watching his goblin minions drop in front of him and blurt out to the entire room and all of you guys and say, you know what? I don't even care about all these goblins. The only thing that's important to me is myself. And he's going to take his scimitar and slit Leroy's throat and toss him down behind him so you can see where that little drop off is behind him. He's going to slit his throat and drop him off the edge.
Are any of us a necromancer?
No, but I
I
think
have
some of you
dying.
is. Yep.
I was already planning on this.
I believe somebody is a healer. So with that, Yeemik's going to slit his throat, and he's going to start taking a couple steps forward to engage what looks like engage you guys, and end his turn. Sarah, if it brings this to you.
I see that. I see that happen in front of me, and from this rage I've been building up, I come back to it, and I realize my path in life was to give life and not take it, and that just enrages me even more towards him. So I'm going to approach Yeemik, and I am going to bludgeon the shit out of him.
I'm going to bludgeon your face.
Jeez.
Okay, go for it. You did not target Yeemik, but that is a hit. So target him and roll damage.
And you get a 3. Oh, 4.
No, close. You were close. Okay, so you charge past goblin number 4 there and have your eyes just burning red with Yeemik's, death in your mind. And you take out your mace and just kind of smack him from left to right across the face. And Yeemik's going to lose a couple teeth that he had. He didn't have a full set, that's for sure. But the ones that he did have, he is no longer his own. And he is extremely, extremely bloody at this point. He definitely is looking hurt. Okay, so end your turn, and it's going to be Finn's turn.
Yes, I'm about to do some more spitting.
Oh boy.
Gonna drop on him. All right. So I'm just gonna get on my knees like a frog, and I'm just gonna spit again.
Ribbit.
You said hit save, right?
Yeah, who are you? You're just targeting...
Well, they're 5 feet together, so I'm hitting both of them.
To fans of the show, if you want to draw a picture of Finn on all fours, spitting acid like a frog, we
please
would
do that.
greatly appreciate you sending that to the Facebook
yeah.
and
Absolutely.
Twitter page.
We'll make that official canon.
Preferably with Mike's face on it, too.
Right. That
Creepy
face,
Tap his face.
that face, frog body,
Go for it.
spit.
Roll it.
Okay, save.
Yes, roll a save.
Pow.
Oh, okay. Roll damage. I think he's going to be able to kind of dodge out of the way of that one.
Nope. It's a 1.
1. Man, you are really... Okay, so...
I don't think acid's your strong point, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm about to do cold touch.
It's like he's got an eyedropper and he's just drop
Just a little spit.
one
I mean,
drop
I gotta,
of spit.
Maybe he's
we've been in
dried
this
out his
cave
acid
so long.
glands.
I got a dry mouth.
Yeah, for real. There was a bunch of water.
You guys ate
Sarah
all the
can tell you all about
jerky.
it.
I don't got nothing to water my mouth.
Still wet.
We didn't give you the jerky.
Still
I'm
wet.
about to
Did we?
No, I'm about to
No.
lick Seraph since he's so wet.
Nice.
Oh,
we don't take it
in party,
This
not
is
punches
my
to licking
life.
each other so they're
You
wet.
chose this.
This is my life.
All right. So, yeah, Leroy's dead. He ain't doing nothing. Heath, it is your turn, sir. And you have Goblin 4 right in front of you.
I want to take out my last potion and
Oh.
just dump it on my arrow wound.
Okay.
Like, you mean in your neck?
Yeah, on the jugular point.
You just, drink
roll
it
your,
through
roll
your
your
neck.
D4.
Just turn to the side. Just kind of pour it in there.
And I think that was your last potion, by the way.
That was. I'm out.
Okay.
100%.
All right. So what'd you get? A 4 + 4, so you get 8 health back. So you're back to full health.
Booyah. All right. Now, does that constitute my action?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
All
That
right.
is your action.
I want
However,
to
you
do.
still
Can I
move.
do one like movement type action, not attack?
What do you want to do?
I want to run over and I want to grab those teeth that are on the ground. That came out of
From
Yeemik's
Yeemik?
mouth.
Okay, I'm gonna say that you have to move right over here around Goblin 4, kind of right behind Seraph, and you pick up the 3 teeth from Yeemik.
Hair?
They're all golden teeth, by the way.
Whoa.
That's 3 gold pieces.
Hair, teeth, salt shaker.
Yeah, and I think. Oh no, you were gonna take pants, but the pants weren't your
You
size.
wouldn't let me.
No, you could have the pants. They just weren't your size.
Damn it! Could have hemmed them.
Are you his wife and you went shopping with him? You can't have the pants. They don't fit you.
I'm not your style, okay?
Stop trying to run my life.
All right, so with that, it's going to be Goblin 4's turn, and he's extremely confused as to why you go from annihilating goblins to ignoring them so quickly, as if you're bipolar as hell, and change his attention from John to you, and try and end you.
You're welcome. I'm wounded. I know you're wounded.
He's definitely been caught off guard by what the hell ever you just tried to do. Okay, and he's going to miss you once again, man. He is just so heavily damaged. He can't hit a single thing, literally 5 feet in front of him. And that brings us to John's turn.
I want to try produce flame again.
Oh, that worked out pretty. I mean,
It's a cantrip. I can
okay. You
keep
know what?
doing
You
that.
do you. I'm not. Nope. Not saying nothing. I really screw you guys all the time. I think I help. I really don't. And I swear I'm not really trying to count my. I don't have any bets going here.
These are loaded dice. What are you talking about?
Yeah, loaded.
He's got a
animated
whole
digital
bracket
dice.
set up in Vegas.
Okay, you missed. So as you go to try and produce flame a second time, you're out of flame juice, and it just kind of and disintegrates in your hand as it turns on and turns off like a little quick dim bulb.
Can I move at all?
Sure. I would stay within 5 feet of Goblin 4 though, otherwise it's going to try and attack you.
But
No,
he's
you
focused on him.
Doesn't matter. It's 5 feet within you.
That's fine. I'm moving 5 feet further away from him.
Wait. Well, where do you want to move?
Right there.
So you have to stay within his melee range. So
He's not focused on me.
look, I didn't write the rules, okay? Yet we have to abide by them. So therefore, do not move unless you want. He's been missing. You can do whatever you want. I'm just telling you what's going to happen, and he's going to
Fine.
hit you. I swear to God,
Fine.
the luck of him missing 3 times. So you want to stay where you are?
Yes.
Okay. Goblin 5 is going to not heed the DM's magical warning that he can't hear. Step away from Seraph, and Seraph, you can get an attack of opportunity as Goblin 5 moves towards John to try and help his super wounded Goblin 4 friend. So target 5 and roll an attack on him, or whatever you want to do.
I kind of give him a side eye. I see him on the corner of my eye and moving. And I'm like, not today.
You're on a war
So I
path.
take out my
Oh,
mace.
sweet God, what the hell?
Something has happened to
Did you
Sarah.
target?
He's rolling good.
Oh. Okay, so you targeted Yeemik, but we
Oh,
can just... So
okay.
you still hit the goblin.
Okay.
Untarget Yeemik, so you only roll damage to
Copy
Goblin
that.
5.
I can do that. God, my controls.
Boom. Roll damage. You might really get a solid hit on him. Oh, no.
One!
Sorry, rub it off on
Multiple ones.
One!
There we go.
All right, well, better than nothing. So then with that, Goblin 5 is going to continue his turn and try and hit you with his scimitar, John. Let's see, he's going to... Because you're so tiny and short. Nope, he hits you. So even though he's been kind of stammered off by Seraph's 1 damage hit, which is hard to do with a mace, I just kind of picture
damage. It's 2 damage.
two damage. Sorry, I picture you like hitting the most armored spot on this goblin, which really isn't anywhere. I don't think.
He's
Maybe
very
like he's wearing
calloused.
a
He's
one...
got a lot of calluses on him, and I hate
Okay,
his
yeah, I like
callus.
that. He's got like super tough leg skin, and you hit him right in the shins. And let's see. He is going to roll damage on John. Oh, he's going to hit you with 5. 5 damage. Womp, womp, womp. No, well, you're unconscious.
Just sleeping.
So with that, Goblin 5 kind of takes the mace hit to the shin, keeps on pushing through, and swipes at John and hits like an artery.
Wait, you said 5 damage?
Yeah.
So that puts me at 8 damage. I was at 3.
He rolled a 5 plus 7, so 2. Sorry, 7.
Okay.
He did 7 damage to you. Yeah, question me much more than the math that this thing does. So yeah, you're gonna kind of fall unconscious as you're gushing blood over on the side, and I'm assuming Seraph probably notices that because he just is attuned to everyone dropping dead around him. And with that, he's gonna end his turn, and it's Yeemik's turn. Big boy Yeemers. He is going to target Seraph, who seems to be really wrecking face over here. So he's going to try and hit you with his scimitar, which is notably shinier than everybody else's regular crappily made scimitars, just so you kind of have an eye for that. It seems to be a little bit more bejeweled and clearly more accurate. As he goes to hit you and pierces through your armor, no problem. And let's see, he's going to roll damage on you and hit you really, really hard. He is also going to hit you for 7 damage. So not only does he pierce through your armor there, but he's going to cut real deep. And he's going to take a step around you over here and end his turn. Seraph,
Get him.
do you like to retort?
I am
to
going
said
to
armor-piercing.
Behoove the party to make sure I stay alive here, because I'm the only one who can progress things forward.
Ouch. That's
But I am going to target Yeemik,
Uh-huh.
and I am going to trade blows with him. His scimitar and my mace. We're going at it.
Do it. End him. Why did you only roll 1 on him when he should have rolled 2? Oh, you know why he's no longer shiny?
Why is that?
Because your shiny
Oh, no.
your shiny friend has dropped down.
I'll take that first one.
Both are
too.
misses.
Crap.
So if you would like to move around him, you can. Otherwise, end your turn.
I'm going to get the high ground because that's the advantage right there.
Okay, yeah, gotcha. So up the staircase, and then end your turn. And Finn,
Yeah.
looking to you.
I'm just gonna work my magic, and I'm gonna create this giant skeleton frozen hand, and I'm just gonna send it flying towards Yeemik.
Okay, go ahead. Target Yeemik.
Oh wait, should I retry the acid? They're all within 5 feet.
Is there a limit to how many you can hit within 5 feet?
I think there was.
Are you only allowed to hit 2, or can you hit like anybody within 5 feet? Because that would be pretty dope.
2.
A max of 2.
2.
So I'll let you choose 2 if you want.
It's a risk. I'll do it.
You're
So
gonna
I can
choose
hit multiples.
4 and Yeemik. Okay,
Actually,
go for
I'm
it.
done with 4. He misses everything. I'm going for 5.
He does miss everything.
All right, do I have to
Very
hit a save
attentive.
too again?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, rough rolls. Roll damage.
Oh man.
Whoa. Okay. So then with
Nice.
that, both Yeemik and Goblin 5 are going to kind of drop down to their knees and basically suffocate on this poisony cloud that you kind of vomit upon them from your
Yes.
15-ish feet away.
Yes.
All right. So that means Yeemik will drop, and so does Goblin
And
5.
I just scream at him, that's for my midget friend. Don't mess with John Smith.
I'm unconscious.
Yeah. Player knowledge. You didn't even say that.
For real. Okay, so it'll be Heath's turn. What would you like to do, sir?
I saw John Smith get downed.
boy.
And I start having like flashbacks in my head with that one song that's always, you know, playing with puppies and stuff. You know, when they're trying to get the money.
Yeah, the poor African commercial for puppies.
I can't say the name of the song, so we get sued.
Yeah.
But you know,
it's the opposite of a devil.
Right. And I'm picturing like, you know,
so bad
it's like stills of her on my shoulders and covering my eyes and me slapping them away. Like this. And then it's just like fighting back to back and stuff, and I'm just so distraught and just destroyed by this that I just charge the closest goblin, and my eyes are just ablaze with the demon rage.
Okay.
And I just want to take my
rapier.
I want to stab it in his gut, and I want to pole vault over him to get to her.
Oh, wait. So you want to attack him and pole vault?
I want to like use him as the base of the vault. So I would attack him.
Yep.
And then
leap.
And then like pole vault over
to her.
Just to be by John Smith.
Man, you guys have really grown close in
John
this
Smith's a dude.
poor little hideout here.
After John Smith has rebuffed everything
John Smith's a dude?
I thought so.
Don't you see her?
I'm so lucky I'm unconscious right now.
So
okay, so roll your attack on Goblin 4, and then if you hit, you're gonna roll an athletics check to see how your pole vaulting trick goes.
You're just, you know what, you doubt me, but this is gonna work. This is gonna work.
I just kind of picture you. Oh.
Man, that kind of rolled the wrong way there.
Yeah, did anyone else see that?
I saw it teetering.
I was like,
it was like teetering on 18, and it was like, oh, no, 4.
Well, I told you, wait to die. I told you.
Clearly waited. So we're going to say as you go to do that, you just kind of misjudge his armpit/arm area, and instead of stabbing his chest, you go right in between the two of them, and like, as you go to like stab and launch, you kind of just grab the air and nothing and kind of like headbutt into him. So I'm going to see if he's actually able to notice that and dodge out of the way, or you guys just kind of both tumble onto the floor.
Wouldn't he take damage if I headbutted him?
I'm going to say no, because that was not your purpose of attack.
No, but wouldn't we, you know, like, ow, we both got hurt. Ow, like here's 1 damage for each of us.
Do you really
no, because like 1 damage is actual pain. You getting a headbutt to like the face.
Right.
All right, so let's see if Goblin is gonna dodge your poorly aimed body. He's not. So both you and Goblin 4 are kind of like prone on top of each other, very confused as to what the fuck just happened.
Well, that's got to be good though, because
Prone
you know now he's not, you know,
up.
Alert. Right?
He's not up, and it's gonna be his turn.
Oh, shit!
So end your turn.
All right.
And I'm picturing you just completely on top of Goblin 4, basically like squishing him because you're easily double his size and weight. So he's going to try and push you off of him, and he doesn't. He's going to kind of struggle to breathe underneath you and like can't move you. It's as if you've been squishing him like a boulder.
And I'm like, Seraph, I got him! I got him! Just hit him in the head and this is all over.
Okay, Seraph, it is your turn.
Okay.
Just need to go there and just step on his face.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Actually, I'm a cleric and I got those.
Yeah. So
boots,
move over to him,
and
click the advantage, and try and smack him in the face or curb stomp him, whatever you're trying to do.
100%.
I'm definitely gonna curb stomp here.
Goblin ass. Oh, you hit him. All right, roll the deeps.
Ooh, yeah,
5 damage.
That skull is just gone.
Ooh.
And again, I'm looking over at the body of Leroy right now, and I'm just I hobbled over to the thing, but I just get enough strength to lift up my boot and just like crush his skull underneath it. And just, again, blood, brain matter, and just.
So since everybody's dead, can I walk over to John Smith and give her a potion?
You have a potion left still?
I do. I have 1 potion left.
Okay, someone. Yeah. Go ahead. Give her the potion and then roll. I'll let John roll the D4 to see how much health you regained.
Okay. Dude, you should totally check Geek's body for his weapon.
The first thing I'm gonna do.
All right. So then you're going to get 4 + 3 health back. So you're looking at 7 health.
So
Can I roll a?
I'm sorry. Are we out of battle now?
Yes, you are out of combat.
Can I
Congratulations,
roll a perception check
everyone.
to see if there's any loot that we can get from these guys? May have dropped.
I
I know you were like talking about a bejeweled
You
weapon.
can't change it. Yeah.
Kind of sounds cool. Kind of want to know what it is.
Okay, so yeah, you can kind of observe this area now. Now that you're not trying to be attacked by all the goblins within it, and you really just see that there was kind of a dim fire going out over by their sleeping bags, kind of a trashy pile in the northern corner of it. And Yeemik seems to be the only one who's kind of stashed anything decent, which makes sense because he's the only one who's named in this area. And with that, along with his actual weapon, which I think was a rapier.
It was a scimitar.
Was it a scimitar?
It was a bejeweled scimitar.
It was a bejeweled scimitar.
Is that like a rapier?
Yeah, what's...
It's very, very similar for sure. You would notice that that's kind of extremely well made. You would assume that it's definitely not from like their own craft, but instead probably looted off of some of these trails and people that they've taken all their crap from. Besides that, you notice that there's 10 gold pieces kind of stacked over in the corner on like a night table, as if he was kind of counting them.
I ignore all of that. I walk over to Leroy. I'm mortally wounded right now, so I'm just really hobbling over to him. And
I'm kind of interested in that scimitar.
I'm going to reach down and touch his head and use spare the dying on him.
Beautiful. Okay, so with that, Leroy is able to kind of gasp for another breath, and you can see the wound upon his neck start to just kind of heal over. It's definitely still hurting him. However, he's able to kind of open his eyes a little bit and thank you for what you've just done.
Awesome. I'm going to go pick up that, what was it again? What did he drop?
The scimitar.
Scimitar?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to hand it to Heath. I'm be like, this looks like it'll fit real well with you, buddy.
Man, Finn, I know we haven't had a ton of interaction since we entered this
That's
thing.
why I'm bringing you this gift. I mean,
But you know
she's
what?
kicked me in the balls. He's rubbed my balls.
I
just
punched you in the balls.
Well, they all touched my balls but you.
I mean, I really got I got some teeth and some hair.
I would like to go.
I mean,
use
you don't
my
want
potion
that
on
clearly,
foot.
so
I don't. I just
All right.
I thought this would look good with you,
Cool.
and maybe you can repay
Cool.
the favor in the future.
cool. So I take the scimitar. Is it vastly better than my rapier?
You would know that it is of better quality, not substantially better. I mean, you guys aren't walking around with poorly made weapons by any matter, but it is better than the weapon you're currently using.
Is there a way to find out the history of the weapon?
If you wanted to roll a history check on
I
it.
do, because I'd like to know what I'm giving him.
Sure.
No takesies, backsies.
Roll the number. No takesies, backsies. Ooh, 19. Okay, so Finn, even though you don't really use martial weapons or anything of the sort, you seem to be pretty well versed in them. And you would know that this is actually elven made and not really bejeweled as much it is like imbued with gold and silver. And with that, it's extremely well balanced and sharp.
Does it have a name?
Viewer, subscribe right here. Enter comment.
All right.
I'll let you choose a name if you want,
Okay.
and if I like it,
You should name
Okay,
it
you know
Yeemik.
what? This is what we're gonna do. Out there in internet land, I want you guys to send the names of what you think I should name the scimitar.
This is how you end up with Bodie McBoatface.
And you know what?
That's fine.
I'm fine with that. I am
You
fine
carry
with
around
that.
sword
Just
names,
like a
Bodie,
brief
I
name.
love it.
Want to name it Swordy McSwordpants? That's totally fine.
Swordy McSword stamps.
Anything in good taste.
In good taste, nothing mean-spirited. Or
yeah,
negative.
it's still at the discretion.
So it could
but
be negative.
I like it.
Well, I guess.
Okay.
We're going to get some interesting results.
Oh, I'm sure. Or none. Who knows?
Or none.
Okay. So
Can I use my potion to heal Sarah?
you still? How many potions did I give
I
you
never
guys?
touched my potion. You gave
Wow,
me a
good job.
potion,
I'm
and
out.
I haven't used
You're
it.
out of potions?
I've been
I'm
kind
out.
of keeping track of this.
I had
thing.
2.
Okay. So he's out. You want to use it on who?
Sarah.
On Seraph?
Because I'm assuming he
Sure.
saved all our asses.
I mean,
and I
to be
know
fair,
he's
that was a
still
pretty good
wounded.
group effort, but Seraph did put in a lot
You
of
did
a
it.
lot of hurt.
You're going to offer me the potion, but I'm going to take it from you, and I'm going to hand it to Leroy, and I'm going to say that you need this.
Oh, all right. Okay, and with that, Leroy's gonna scarf down the potion and kind of really brighten his eyes and open up and be able to fully hold the conversation with you and say, "Wow, thank you so much for that. I can't believe you guys killed all of those crazy goblins. They've held me here. Oh, I don't even know how long now."
I'm sort of wincing. I'm sorry we didn't get to you sooner. What happened?
Well, we were just coming down the path, and out of nowhere we were ambushed. And, you know, Jimmy, me, we thought we could take them, and we were just instantly overrun. And I blacked out, and I was hearing all these crashing waves and, you know, wolves barking, and I just woke up here to Yeemik bitch slapping me every 10 seconds.
Well,
I really do laugh out loud.
you're safe now. I believe we cleared this whole cavern of goblins, so you're free to make your way back to town if you need.
Knock on wood.
And he is going to kind of look to you guys and be like, "Yeah, no, we definitely need to get to Phandalin. I think at this point, I don't know where they took Jimmy, but I kept hearing them whisper something about like their main getaway or their castle or yeah, something about a spider. I really couldn't get all of it. But I know my armor, and I'm pretty sure they took Jimmy as well. We really need to get to Phandalin and kind of regroup so we can go after him."
Okay, that sounds like a good plan because I'm kind of hurt here. So
I hear all this, and then I'm like, yeah, Jimmy. And I start tucking in the amulet on inside of my shirt so he can't see that I have Jimmy's amulet.
Finn is just, where the hell's Finn going?
I'm going back to sit. I'm out of this cave. My mouth's dry.
Goes to the water and
I
takes
want out
takes
of
a
this
sip.
cave. My mouth's dry.
That's going on a
Ben's
t-shirt.
going to the lake to drink some water.
Okay, so with that, Leroy is going to be able to give you a couple more bits of information as well here. I think he's not only extremely grateful to be alive because he's been just tortured for the past 2.5 days, but like he said previously, he really needs to go back to Phandalin, not only to try and find Jimmy, but he's also on the hunt for one of his friends who's a human wizard, actually goes by the name of Arno. And he's how he met Jimmy. So Arno was sent over to Phandalin to try and bring peace to this little town. You don't know much of Phandalin yet, but as you guys make your way towards the town, I think it's going to be extremely enlightening to you as to how horrible of a place this town now is. If someone wanted to roll maybe like
History?
some sort of a check to see if you did know anything about it,
I will
I
love
think
to do
I
that.
We should all
have
roll.
pretty decent.
Yeah,
So
let's
what, a
see what y'all got.
D20 or what?
roll the history to see if you know anything on it.
Bam.
Oh, no, my history
Finn is
sucks.
kicking ass
I have like plus
on the
5
histories.
history.
Nice.
Not teens.
So I think we all know a little something.
You have a -1 to history.
18.
I know.
Everyone still rolled really well.
SMRs are
smart.
very like taken away from like modern civilization.
Yeah,
so
you're
they
just
don't-
to yourself almost.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that, you would know that Phandalin at one point in time was a pretty well established area. However, it was overrun by a bunch of these like orc raids and it is thought that it's similar to the group of like an army that eliminated the mine, which is what you guys don't know anything about yet. There's a mine supposedly like past Phandalin that's filled to the brim with riches, extremely valuable ore and different like materials. Most of the gnomes and most of the dwarves that used to live in Phandalin worked there and held all of the profits alongside some elves until they were overrun. And with it, the town destroyed and the mine locked forever.
Wow.
Forever.
And we know nothing of this.
You all just you all know that.
Oh, we know
from
we know all of that. Okay.
Yeah, it's all like hearsay at this point.
Mm-hmm.
None of you have ever been there, obviously, to see it. But from what you have heard collectively, you all know that. In talking about it with Leroy.
I want that gold.
Yeah.
I want the gold.
I want to retire and drink.
So Leroy will say he doesn't have any money on him right now, but if you guys will take me back to Phandalin, I promise as soon as we get back to there, I can get a loan easily, no problem. And you can kind of take his word for it. He's kind of a distinguished 50-ish-year-old guy. He doesn't seem like he's going to try and screw you, especially with how sincere he's been to you guys saving him.
I think it caused a lot of trouble for this guy. We would have just taken it the first time. He would have been beaten. He would have been slapped.
Yeah, for real.
Would have saved this guy a lot of pain.
I'm sorry, did I miss it? Why did they split them up?
You do not know that.
So he doesn't have any idea why they've been split up. Because he's very confused. No, I'm saying Jimmy or Leroy does not.
Leroy doesn't know why they wouldn't have taken Leroy. All they know is that his armor, his weapons, all of his belongings were taken away along with Jimmy as well. And he's just kind of assuming that from what he had heard in passing, coming in and out of consciousness and bitch slaps.
Well, I think we need to just trudge on forward to Phandalin.
Okay.
Yeah.
What say you, party?
Absolutely. Does he have a weapon of himself? He's completely.
He doesn't have anything on him. I mean, there's a bunch of these crappier scimitars in the area from all the downed goblins. Okay. He could be armed with one of those if you wanted.
Either that or my crossbow.
Okay. Well, he says that he's a little bit more proficient with scimitars, and he'll greatly take one of those, no problem, just to kind of help the party in any way he can.
And are there anything on the little goblins that we can loot?
Besides just their scimitars and a couple javelins, they don't really have anything else.
Is there any jerky left?
No, the only one who had the jerky was Clarg. For sure.
Can I take a javelin?
Sure.
Okay.
We can add it to your inventory. No problem.
Okay, cool.
So with that, you kind of can walk out of the hideout here and make your way towards Phandalin.
What of Frankfooter?
We have to go back and get him.
Okay. So
I just want to get to a bed and breakfast.
Hey, not without Frank.
Need a long rest.
Yeah, for real. So as you come back over to the entrance where you first met the wolves and began this area, Frank is heavily sleeping where all of the wolves were kind of nuzzled up, as it's a little bit softer a dirt as a bed would be.
I want to go up to Frank and I want to just lightly shake. Hey, big guy. Hey, Frank.
What? Oh God, puppies. Puppies.
Frank.
Puppies?
Oh,
Frank.
what? We
did it.
Did what? Who? Oh my! You're still alive?
Yeah, Clark's totally
all of
dead.
you? Oh my God!
Yeemik's dead.
Yeah, God, Yeemik was my brother, but he was an ass.
Yeah, well, he's dead. So guess what, buddy? You come with us, and you're now part of the gang.
Oh, do I have to?
Yep.
Okay.
And you're under my protection from now on.
You swear? I mean, what if
swear.
I stab you in the back?
Literally.
You won't.
Why not?
Because I saved your life. And
I guess that's a fair argument.
Right. So, come on, let's go get you something to eat.
You got any more jerky?
I sure do, and I pull it out and I hand him some.
Oh yeah.
I kind of tussle his few remaining hairs. I say, who's my little buddy?
Oh yeah.
Who's my buddy?
Frank's your buddy.
All right, so let's go and hey, let's take a look outside.
Hey, you got the prisoner with you. What the hell? I thought he would be dead by now. You guys are pretty hardy.
We do what we can.
All right.
We do all have hearts.
Yeah.
Water's really warm.
Okay, so then you guys are going to make your way to Phandalin. It's going to be about another 2 minutes before you guys all collect your things, get yourselves healed up enough to move, take your potions, and head off towards the trail where you guys were first ambushed, and continue your way onto Phandalin. Leroy is leading the way here. He knows he's the only one out of your party who's been there before.
Did we take a rest?
No.
No, I'm waiting for
Can
bed
we
breakfast.
take a rest before we keep going?
How
And
far
is
is
the cart
Phandalin? Is it
still
a
under
safe
its
Phandalin is relatively close. Leroy's going to kind of push that you guys need to try and get there as soon as possible, and when you do,
I agree.
there's plenty of inns, and like it's a semi-established. Yeah, I love pork. Frank kind of murmurs in the back.
That's right, Frank. And I invite Frank to actually like hop on my back Yoda style.
And I start to get
Yoda
jealous
style.
after all of those times that Heath and I had together.
I
And
know.
he's pushing me aside for
And
Frank.
Frank's just like.
I noticed John's a little jealous, and I look at John and I say,
How do you notice I'm not letting on?
I don't notice.
I don't know.
Run a perception check.
Yeah,
I want to
roll
run
a perception.
roll perception.
Let's
to
see how perceptive you are to John's love for you.
Later, you should roll a performance check.
You're oblivious.
I rolled a 5. I'm a typical man.
Yeah,
And
not
I
getting any
notice-
of the signs.
Nothing.
Yeah. She's just like holding her sword out like this, making little like suggestive motions, and you're just not even picking up anything. You and Frank are like new best pals and like playing in the corner.
buddy.
I'm not doing that. I'm just glaring daggers at him.
We're busy eating jerky.
Yeah, it's a jerky party for sure.
All right, let's continue down the
All
path.
right, so as you guys enter the cave or exit the cave here, make your way back to the trail. It's about a half day's hike all the way to Phandalin.
I have a question.
Okay.
How do I get over the river? Who carries me?
Come swim, bro. It's warm.
I'm only 3.5
Come-
feet tall,
come
and I'm
swim.
very weak.
Wait, are you so weak? I think you're okay now.
I'm only 3.5 feet tall, and it's a fast-moving river. I had to get carried across every time.
Okay, does someone want to carry her? Or does
Because
she...
it's not going to be
or not?
Heath.
I'll carry her. Can I carry her? Yeah, no, let Sarah carry her. I'm not that strong.
Thank you, Sarah.
I'm hurt, but I try to carry her.
Yeah, I think Seraph is like the most wounded person, yet he still is giving away potions and carrying people across the river.
I would heal
And
you if I could, Sarah.
I'm just wincing the entire time, just not letting on. Just like, this is what I chose. This is my path.
All right, and
We're just
with
eating
that,
jerky.
we are going to end up in Phandalin. You guys kind of emerge to this fantastic town area where you see multiple buildings made of like logs and stone walls that are kind of like
rocks.
encasing this area here.
there any
And
puppies?
Leroy is ecstatic. There is one stray puppy.
I go and try and pet the puppy.
He bites at you.
I try and use my animal handling to calm the puppy down.
And I think that is where we'll leave off for today, where you guys open up to this
We should leave
place
off
you've
on
been trying to go the
We should
entire
leave off on a
time.
nice long rest in an inn.
A
Will
bed and
our
breakfast specifically, sorry.
no, that's okay. Will our adventurers make it and find Jimmy? Will they figure out why the goblins stole Leroy's armor? Will John Smith get to pet a puppy?
I hope so.
I guess you'll have to find out next week on Podquesters.
See you later, guys.
Adios.